I'm taking a little longer outside. But that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, see this stuff in there. Like it's just off. Alright. There we go. Well. Some background tabs out of the way. I should have got more tea. I don't know, I didn't do that. Okay, that's good. I don't know why the captions move there. Okay. There we go. There. Go from there. Same here. And yeah, there we go. Cool. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, come on, load. There we go. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All sorts of fun success going on. Oh, I love it. Alright. I like how Japan has like no troops. That's great. Japan's got like no armies at all. And it is pretty based. So this is how much easier to deal with. There we go. Sweet. Oh yeah. Greatness and epicness and awesome sauce is happening, and I like it. Let's see. What else? Do that. What, buddy? What was that noise all about? What was that little noise all about there, bud? There you go. And, how's the war with this so far? How many casualties are we all taking? Oh my god, we barely are taking any casualties. Well, Venezuela capitulated as well? Dude, fuck yes. I could get down with that. I could get down. Oh, not yet. Actually, it's not capitulated quite yet. That's good there, though. How much I would do there? Okay. This side, so those are shaky. There it is. All the way up. It's a bit? Yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah. This background music on. I'll pop in a couple things in a little bit. Maybe check out that thing I was looking at from earlier before we wrapped it up a minute ago. Or an hour ago, I should say. There we go. Sweet. Oh shit, there actually is Japanese troops now. See, marching around. Sweet. Maybe they'll finally do something. Well, now it's really fuck them up. There we go. Yep. Y'all are gonna be doing that. Yeah. Excellent. That'll do it. There we go. Oh, this is a mess. Oh, Japan's starting to come in and meet my troops now that I'm finally on their homelands. It's like, took y'all long enough. Oh no, what the hell? What's Russia doing? Declaring war with Finland? Uh-oh. This isn't good. I did not ask for this. But hey. I guess Finland's getting their comeuppance. You know what? I actually have an operative here. Maybe I could do something to help. What does this do? Lower stability war support. There we go. That'll do it. That'll do it. Man, I hope that was worth it. There's all my troops in the mix of the flood of the international armies here. Holy shit. So I can't tell who's who. Oh my god, are all of them all... Okay, yeah, there they are. I was wondering where everybody was. Jeez, there's like so much movement of so many different troops from like whichever way, from whichever nation. It's ridiculous. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get so bad that it crashes or something. Because there's an off chance that probably would happen. Why do I feel like that's about to happen, actually? It's frozen. Shit's frozen, oh no. Oh no. Don't freeze on me. No, don't freeze on me. No, don't freeze on me. Oh. Don't freeze on me. You don't need none of that. I know it might be doing that. It might be doing that. No. 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 Don't do it. I had so much progress. Luckily I have this game where it autosaves weekly instead of monthly in the game. Oh, there we go. Well, Finland joins the faction that I'm already at war with. Okay. I mean, it's just Finland sealing the fate. I mean, that's literally it's just what's happening. There we go. There's Venezuelans here. There's a goddamn Venezuelans hanging out here in fucking Japan. What in the hell? What is this call me looking nonsense? What the hell, dude? It's kind of curious. Sean, man. What about my troops? What the hell's going on over here? Start doing like some fast spearheads or something. Like, let's get going here. Come on. Andale, andale, andale. There we go. What about the north? I know I have some troops up here. Wait, what? Canada's getting pissy with me. It has launched a strong diplomatic protest of our government regarding the pressure of our attaches in nations they are currently in military conflict with. They demand immediate recall. Communists trying to recall attache. What? Wait, is Canada like at war with them or something? I want to see. What's up with Canada then? Huh? Fighting a defensive war. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? What's going on here? Something happened. Oh, Japanese-Italian war? Why is... What in the fuck is going on? What happened? What just happened? What actually just happened? What happened? Finland had a treaty of some sort, did it? Non-aggression pact, okay. I don't get it. What just fucking, like, what caused this to happen? Alright, I'm actually gonna load it back. Fuck this. I don't want to deal with that. That's some shit. How did that happen? Ay, ay, ay. Dude, AI in this game is whack. Okay. Alright, let's... Alright, I'm looking at Finland. I'm looking at you. Okay, that's what's going on there. Oh! That's why! No! Oh, I see why. No, no. You know what? I'm immediately going to revoke this, like, right the fuck now. It's because England guaranteed the independence of Finland. That's what happens. Sorry, revoke and guarantee. Well, fuck you. Yeah, that's why. I'm not accepting that. I will not accept those conditions of those terms. I'll accept it being a part of the prosperity sphere or whatever the gobbledygook, but that I don't care. We're not allowed any of that other nonsense. There we go. Okay, very cool. Okay, that should absolve that issue. Because that was some bullshit. That would be some dumb bullshit, I say right now. There we go. And that hopefully should absolve the issues. And keep this from going to a global conflict again. Because I'm not trying to do that yet. I don't want to do that. Not quite yet, at least. But it's out there.
Pour myself a little mist drink if I'm going to mix it up. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There's that whole going against Finland now. Okay. So let's go off this. Where's the guarantee independence? Where are you on here? Oh, I only guaranteed Finland, okay. Alright, well that's good at least. Oh yeah. Wait, 7. Yeah, get back here. I want my rocket mechanized. I want those bad boys. I want to add a lot of them. So I want to start adding these to my new divisions. Oh hell yeah, dude, this is gonna be fucking... Dude, bitches be murked. Bitches gonna be murked at this thing. Can't wait. I should probably actually get these dudes ready to go for England, maybe. That's probably the idea. Yeah, I know you were gonna join that, of course, but now there shouldn't be a fucking literal world war happening now. So that should be good. Oh, I was about to drink this, but I don't have anything mixed in it. That would be an issue. stuff. Some good stuff I do say so out there. Fox News blames Joe Biden for the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband. The only thing I'm gonna blame is the fucking piece of shit himself. Maybe you shouldn't be an elite, corrupt fucking shitbag. Or disdain and disgust on the fucking entire fucking country, let alone the human race. Maybe people won't feel so vitriolic about him. Just a thought. That's just me. Because frankly, I mean, when it comes to their general well-being of people like the Pelosi's or the McConnells or the Schumers, the Trumps, the Bidens, I don't care about their well-being. I just don't. So, as a consequence, if anything were to happen to their lives, whilst no one else being harmed in the process, yeah, I'm not going to care. But of course, we need to clutch the pearls, and, you know, even if they are the same person that we just don't like, you know, let's not stoop to the level of, you know, wishing the ill will on them. Because I guess that makes you just that much more of a better moral arbiter than, I don't know, like anyone else. As if anybody can be like the arbiter of morals. So I'd argue that no one can really properly claim that idea. There we go. Oh. How do I get hairs in my bowl, dude? Fuck. Goddamn. Goddamn. It's bullshit. Tasty. Here. Let's see. Nice song too, yeah. Is it really not that much trying to? Oh, you know what? There was that one thing I was looking at earlier. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. On my watch history, just like I thought. I'll probably pull that up in a sec. I'm gonna have a little bowl load in a minute. See what all that huckaballoo's about. Honestly, like anything that involves like some artists, like creating crazy huckaballoo over, you know, from moral puritans and shit. It's always a good thing for me. It's always a good idea to me. Anything to get the moral prude banties in a bunch. I could have Reddit pulled up. Check out some stuff on there later. Let's see. Latest from Reddit. It's vote early day. Learn about your options for mail-in absentee and early person vote. It's like, oh my god, I already did this, bitch. A little late to the party on that one. I did that last Tuesday. What's this? More than half the country supports diplomatic solutions, also supports Ukraine making compromises with Russia. A majority of voters support the U.S. pursuing diplomatic negotiations to end the war, even if Ukraine must make some compromises with Russia. Strongest support. Well, this is kind of interesting. It's as if, of course, a lot of the war drums, of course, have started to flip around. Dude, this is actually pretty consistent, like, across the board here. Like, all likely voters. It seems like it's about average 13%. Then about 44, 11, 21 to 11%. And it seems like third-party / independents are the most that strongly oppose it. Even Republicans aren't even that in favor of it. Or that strongly against it. Like, pretty much legit, a majority of Americans across the board support diplomatic solution and the ending of the war at this rate, even if that means Ukraine making compromises. Which, frankly, yeah, I've pretty much have been, like, on that ball for at least a minute now. Longer than most people. But appeasement doesn't work. It's like, at this rate, it ain't appeasement. It's like, no one's getting what they want. That's not appeasement. Like, Putin wouldn't get what he wants out of that. Obviously, Ukraine wouldn't either. But, shit, like, it's better than fucking just letting this go on until, like, one side eventually just collapses. Out of sheer exhaustion. But that's just my opinion. Get these up. How slice that legs? Yeah, I'll save the rest of this for tomorrow. I was thinking, do I want any of that for later? And I'm like, nah, I can save that for tomorrow. Have it fridged up. What was that, bro? Oh. Man, you sleepy little boy. When I went to go grab my pizza, I gave him a little walk. And of course, it was raining. And he was all excited to go on a walk with me until I opened the door. And then he was like, no, I don't want to go. It's like, you wanted to go. It's like, there ain't no turning back now, because if I leave you here and take the harness off you, you're gonna bitch. Like, I know how this dog is. Like, so he's gonna have to suffer with it. And of course, once he's actually out there, he stops giving a shit. He just does not like water. Like, this dog is not a fan of water at all. He's not like a cat about it, where he's like, oh shit, water. But he's definitely just like, this sucks, I don't want to be in this, I hate this. And honestly, I feel like, I mean, I know where it comes from. It's when he probably accidentally fell off the dock and was trying to swim back to the dock, and he couldn't really do that. He realized he couldn't swim that well. So I still need to get time set aside, obviously, you know, in spring or summertime at this point, but set up a time, you know, aside to where I can, you know, kind of help him swim a little bit. Because it's a little late for right now, because the water's going to be too cold. Poor little baby. I felt so bad when he fell in there, playing around, and he like took one step too many back, and then just whoop, just slipped in there. And I was just like, oh my god, no! I went immediately to the edge to try to grab his paw, but he kept like glonking around to where I was like, I can't actually like grab his paw, and then he was slowly drifting away, and I was just like, no, I can't reach him, oh no! And I was worried it was eventually probably going to accidentally sink under or something, and oh my god, man, it really, it was nerve-wracking. I mean, he was okay, but it was still just legitimately like a consistently, endlessly nerve-wracking fucking thing. What the hell? Is that a grinder? Dude, what the fuck? Really? What in the fuck is like causing us to be stuck? Well, what the fuck? Oh, I see it. I see what the hell it is. Yeah. Okay, I think that should have fixed it. Nope, it didn't at all. Like, not even remotely. Dude, what the fuck? What's up, Grinder? What's your deal? Oh, I think I see. It's on the outside of this. God damn it, really? Well, this is ridiculous, really? God, this is so annoying. Well, I guess you always gotta clean the grinder every now and then. There we go. Man, this was caked. Jesus. Well, I can see why this grinder was having issues. This thing was kind of caked up. Jesus Christ. Alright, that kind of helped. That actually didn't really do that much. Oh my god. Really? After all that? Okay, that... Alright, there we go. Oh god, that's annoying. Fucking hell. Jesus. Fucking grinders, man. Anyway. Yeah, let's get this boat load up and see what the people freaking out over an image apparently on Twitter or some shit. I guess it has something to do with Lib's TikTok. I don't remember that much. Which, anything having to do with that cretinous cunt is certainly going to, you know, be splendid. Absolutely just amazing. Just peak content. Just peak. Top G shit. Let's get this loaded up. Don't waste no more time. Cut chase. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do nothing. I just want to see what the fuck this is about. No, that's not it. This is it, asshole. Fuck you, YouTube. Piece of shit. Let's try to see what's about.
I have a serious political discourse that I want to do. Pretty interesting discourse. We're going to try to avoid horny posting. What is this?
Horny posting.
So, you see, it's a drawing of a woman, presumably.
Yeah.
And
sounds right.
A marker, a line has been drawn.
Hey, what if it's a tattoo? You know, it's like, what if this woman, you know, presumably, you know, just made this a tattoo? Like, you don't know this. You don't know that shit, bro. That could be a tat for all you know.
With demarcations along it that indicate the level of enthusiasm. Based on how deep the penis goes, presumably.
And I guess if you can reach up to her rib cage, it is qualified for quote-unquote penetrated, at least according to the marker there.
And then up at the top, right?
So basically literally getting like split in two by the equivalent of like the Empire State Building or something.
It says penetrated into her heart sphere, because that's where she's really happy. You see? This image has spawned a remarkable amount of discourse, which is really interesting. You know?
Why am I not surprised?
Because, like, there were people quote tweeting this with hundreds of thousands of likes, going like, this is dumb, this is misogynistic, this is unrealistic. And, okay, here's the thing.
Misogynistic? I'm assuming this is art done by a chick, I would assume. And, no, there are chicks who are just like, yeah, the bigger the better. That doesn't mean all of them, obviously, but there are just people that are, yes, like this. Bigger the better. That's pretty much just like what they qualify as there.
Alright. But
it's like the deeper, the bigger, the better, and that's how I want it. Like, there are just people who are, you know, women and men too, who are like that. Problem?
To my life.
Is that misogyny? Like, what the fuck?
Looked at.
People are dumb.
And even drawn pornography. It's been known to happen, you know? And I've said it before, and I still mean it, but the best drawn pornography you're going to find out there is from the furry community. Whether or not you're a furry.
I mean, yo, hey, I'm willing to hold that title. It's like, hey, the best porn out there, by the furries. And you know what? It's true. Based and true.
Like categories, right? You have hentai, the Japanese stuff, which is like 90% rape and pedophilia.
Hands of fella. I tend to get that.
As an aggregate thing. You have Western porn that's drawn by people who have given up on their dreams of being a comic artist for Marvel or DC or something. And the way they draw sex is just weird. You all know well, some of you know what I'm talking about. Everything is stiff, there's no fluidity, which you need. And then you have the furry porn artists. And, you know, even if you're not a furry, they just draw.
Not the beard guy, you. No, I know.
And the thing
I know
is,
that's.
if you look at
I know the beard guy Vosh is not who we're referring to. I mean, we're just watching him.
You will note what some might refer to as a loose adherence to anatomical guidelines. Okay, realistic proportions are not really a hallmark of the genre. You know, you've got people doing remarkable stuff, very stretchy, and they like it that way. I like it that way. It's a drawing, you know. I don't look at drawn art for you know, necessarily for like hyper-realism. You know, it can be cool. So sometimes you want to see.
I mean, honestly, having a little bit of like cartoonishness, you know, is actually kind of a good thing. At least for me personally. Because having a little bit, like, I mean, if you're looking at, like art, then, I mean, obviously you want it to, like, kind of mimic, you know, reality in a sense, I guess. You know, like, with art, like, being an expression of reality. But, I mean, obviously you want to have fun with it and be a little creative and not be super, super hyper-realistic. I mean, that's hence why I think furries get it on lock when it comes to that shit, because it's like there is an element, especially depending on the artist, you know, a lot of sense of realism, but at the same time, there's a very cartoony sense to it, too, just from the virtue of it being, well, furries.
His belly get round because of all the cum, you know? This is a widely appreciated fixture of drawn pornography. So, with that being said, with it being so common, why do people get mad over this image? And again, I'm telling you,
beats me. Moral prudes out there being butthurt that people are having fun with their sexual desires. I don't fucking know. Like, that's my only guess.
Of likes on tweets that are calling this out. But if you go look at, like, porn Twitter, you'll find 1,000 drawings a minute of women getting penetrated up to here. Why don't they get mad at that? I'm actually asking. Like if you go looking for erotic images with unrealistic vaginal depth, you know, you'll find plenty. So why this? And, you know, I was thinking about it, and this is just me I'm just being discursive here, okay? I'm just sharing what I felt, all right? maybe it's because this is more quote-unquote realistic. The drawing, like the body you see back here, is, well,
I guess.
artistically stylized, of somewhat realistic proportion. So to have the highly unrealistic internal logic sort of superimposed on top of the comparatively realistic, body. Maybe that sort of, it's like you're implying reality. It's easier to imagine, the hernia that would result from this.
I don't know. There are, like I was saying earlier, there are definitely, I guess, maybe people are buttered because, hey, it's doesn't, fit the reality or whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't know. I think people sometimes overthink it. I feel like that's what's going on here. I think people are really overthinking that shit. Because dead ass, with enough practice, you could get, some pretty big things, in some small places. So it's just I don't know, I guess sure on a general level, I guess that's not necessarily realistic attainability, but if you train yourself, it's possible, okay? It's not something overly complicated, It's why, I feel like it's more or less just moral prudes who are just no, people can't try to attain this to known reality. It should only be in fantasy. Boo. I don't, that's my only guess when people get butthurt over
There's
this.
plenty of barely realistic bodies that have been, destroyed by giant dicks. I think a lot of it is the dick shaming thing, because down here you have and not enough and pathetic as sort of the first three markers, which I
guess that part, sure, but
that, but that's really, really common in porn as well.
It really honestly is.
Fetishization of giant penises. If anything, I feel like there's actually kind of a contrast here, because is it really that big of a deal to hear pathetic from the woman whose line goes up to here?
To her ribcage.
Right? If I was having sex with a woman with the internal anatomy implied by this drawing, and she was like, "What, that's all you've got?" My response would be, "Yeah, it is. What the fuck is wrong with you?"
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, actually.
I mean, a little bit.
That is all I have.
It's just what type of fucking expectations are you having to where, that isn't enough? What in the fuck? It's just okay. It's Jesus.
So is it that big of a
I mean, honestly, look, for real though, at least with this, meter mark going on here, I mean, it's it literally goes up to her, lower rib cage. I mean, you're, fucking, poking at her diaphragm with, what she wants for expectations. So it's just, I mean, if, for any other normal individuals down there to where it's this pathetic, it's just, they're all gonna be what the fuck? Yeah, what's your problem? What?
Somebody who's set their standards this way, I guess. I don't know. I can see some people get insecure over it on the timeline as well. It's somebody has an edit of this where the first three here are normal large or something, but I feel if anything, they underestimate average penis sizes in the drawing. So I feel they're kind of swung over in the opposite direction. People, well, I say people here because some women have penises, but let's be real, trans women are not the demographic who are upset that their penis isn't big enough, right? It's it's generally the guys. Oh yeah, it's this one. They've censored out. Why have they censored out what?
Wait, they censored what?
They censored out the bottom of the rib cage.
Yeah, they did. What the fuck? It's hey, we can't fucking, show the bottoms of the rib cage of this art, so we're gonna literally have, hand emojis to try to censor it. What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, this basically is what I'm talking about. It's you have weird-ass moral prudes who are just oh, it's God forbid we have, the lower rib cage of a woman exposed, so we have to, of art no less, and have to censor it, and then make, a meme or something being here's the more realistic. What was? Yeah. It's what I was talking about from a second ago. It's just like, what the fuck? I mean, it's just weird ass moral prudes. They're just like, no,
This was like
how dare someone have fun and
a flat.
express their actual sexual desires or something? Boo.
It's the rib. Okay.
What's wrong with people?
Anyway, dead.
Let people have their fun.
Dead,
Jesus
dead,
Christ.
Dead. Prolapse. Painful, large, normal. First of all, this is young. First of all. Second of all, I've gone way farther than where the line is here on large. Okay, don't lack in faith that much. Okay.
Yeah, don't lack in faith.
Not painful to you. Okay. No. No, guys, you have too. Shut up. I feel like we might be underselling it a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know. Did this not strike a little bit? Is this insecurity or is it? No. This was done by a woman, not a guy. I'm almost.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's like moral prudism, but also insecurity. Because usually being a moral prude is tied into being an insecure fuck.
I don't know. There's some.
No one knows where to draw the line sticks into me. Uptight double standards based on fear and shame. More than health reasons. Yeah.
King shaming. There's Do you think a drawing like this could set up unrealistic?
I mean, it's like, while, it can be kind of complex in itself, I guess. I mean, it's just like, honestly, it's really not, in a lot of ways. It's just like, people really hyper overthink it, but I don't necessarily think it's just, their fault either. I mean, there's a lot of, like, cultural and, like, consumeristic norms and shit that, play a major role into that.
Sex? I mean, my default answer to
and
that
education
is that
or
if
lack
you're
thereof.
getting your expectations for real life sex from hentai images, you're like gone. Like you're lost, right? Because this is hardly the most egregious drawn pornography to get. There are far more irresponsible drawings you could learn from. You ever notice
Yeah.
how in drawings throat is very easy and natural? Oh, absolutely, sure.
It's
people
not.
actually breathe from their throats, believe it or not.
They actually have like a little like air hole in the back of their back, so that's how they actually breathe. That's how it works when that happens.
Yeah, I don't really know. It'd be dependent on the size of the torso. Well, my point is, like, is harm being done here with stuff like this? Look, people are gonna fetishize really big penises, drawn pornography, no matter what. It's everywhere, and I don't want that to change.
If anything, I would say it's kind of
I
normal.
just got weirdly offended by this drawing. And this has happened multiple times. I've seen this go viral like 3 times. And I just don't understand what elicits. As a normal-sized male, it's weird, the whole monster cock shit. Okay, but isn't that weird, though? Like, it seems perfectly understandable to me in the same way that I can understand a lot of things that I'm not even necessarily into. Like, for example, you know how I make jokes about, like, bottoms wanting to get the shit beaten out of them? Or whatever? They're jokes, obviously.
I remember when I was 9 in 4th grade, I decided to be a class clown one day and draw a very colorful picture of what I thought a naked man looked like.
Underlying kink, the real thing there, which is masochism.
I don't know how well that went out.
I understand why a person would fetishize masochism. Yeah, I can totally... Yeah, the idea of, like, a person getting off on a stronger person, like, smacking them around... I'm not into it, but I can understand...
Because I didn't know any better at the time. Well, yeah, obviously not. I mean, and obviously by 4th grade, I imagine, you probably wouldn't, have any, like, sex education yet by that point. So, obviously, you weren't going to know better. But, yeah, I'm sure, like, she's just like, well, okay, yeah, that's nice drawing there, kiddo. Wait, what, so how in the fuck are you trying to already learn this? Like, like, what the hell? We haven't gotten to this yet. That's next year.
It's just a part of empathy, right? Like, being able to understand, like, where the wires are crossed in other people's heads. I don't really get foot fetishes. I don't really know where that comes from. Well, a lot of stuff makes a decent amount of sense. Big dicks. I mean, how could one not understand the fetishism of people with that? Like, big dicks. I just don't understand.
Am I funny and correct drawing? But the other kids and I laughed it off. Well, yeah. I mean, kids are obviously going to laugh that off because it's just funny and amusing. But obviously the teacher's not exactly going to be too happy about that. You're drawing dirty things.
Right.
What are your parents teaching you?
What I think it probably comes down to for most people upset by it is they may see it as body shaming in the sense for those people without giant cocks. Okay, I get that. But, okay, a lot of women like being thrown around. Ask for permission first. But it's not uncommon, right? Like, women are generally smaller than guys and generally weaker. A lot of women kind of, like being tossed around a little bit. It's a common thing. Not everyone, of course, ask first. But imagine if there was a bit of drawn pornography where a woman's getting tossed around by, like, a much larger guy. Consensually, they're having fun.
I kept to myself for years because I thought it was peculiar. She got offended by it.
Like a playful thing.
I mean, not really. I mean, it's honestly kind of normal. But it would be normal, honestly, for something like that. Not necessarily because, because anything wrong happened, but just because of, like, a lot of the cultural society, for the Western society we live in and shit. Because there's nothing because just having, like, nakedness and shit, there's nothing, like, inherently, like, weird or sexual about that inherently. I mean, so, having as part of, like, general sex ed and stuff like that, growing up, just being like, yeah, people's naked bodies look like this and blah, 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 and there's nothing inherently wrong with that, it's just how we are, and shit, like, that in itself, I think, helps, slowly but surely, I think, generation, kind of destigmatize that, this weird, like, sense of, like, purest modesty and shit. Because, like, I mean, I remember when I was in Iceland years back and shit, like, I mean, when I was at the public pool, swimming pools there and shit, like, yeah, there's, when you're in the lockers and shit, like, no one gives a fuck if you're, changing or not. They're going to be showing it all. They don't care. But around here, it's a little weird and odd, and it would be kind of, kind of just, like, morally, like, I don't know. But, like, but in Europe at least, especially where I was, in Iceland, like, it also didn't really matter what age, like, everyone all ages just, like, whoop, getting all new and changing up and shit, to go swimming, so. Well, around here, obviously that would be a little weird. I mean, it's just, like, different cultural norms about, like, how people view bodies and sex and shit like that. Is that an actual sexual curiosity, that thing? Yeah. Which, honestly, I think it's just, like, normal for, kids in general to be curious, and that's just, I think a normal thing. It's just properly educated, and when they are curious.
Body shaming to guys who aren't strong enough to do that? Like, would somebody think, like, oh, look at that drawing of a very strong guy. I am a regular guy, but the woman is still baiting him to be stronger. This is like an implicit attack on my perceived masculinity. I can totally understand the line of logic there, but I feel like if that's the case, we would be constantly getting, like, shamed by everything everywhere, wouldn't we? I mean, I guess maybe we are, but I don't know how, like, legitimate that degree of sensitivity can be.
Q6 drives 19.4 now.
Past a point, you're just hurting yourself, right? Does that make any sense? Would you feel the same if the pic was about tit size? Yeah, I think so. Right? Like if there was well, what would it be then? Would it be some kind of, like, you drink a magical potion that makes your tits bigger? It's like, oh no, even bigger or something. Or like a guy is, like, pointing out, like, a row of breasts from a collection of women, and he's like, well, these ones are the best, and pointing at the big ones. I don't know. I mean, I have
a friend who would be like that.
Isn't the fetish?
It's like, titties, bigger the better. Like, that's pretty much how he is. So I actually unironically would know a friend like that.
Always going to be exclusionary? Like, by its nature. Like, is there a way to fetishize just any part of a person's body? Because our bodies are, it's not like an element.
So I still try to believe that. Or well, like, it's not about sort of fornication. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, just because having, like, just sex and, shit like that, it's very natural. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, trying to, like, oppress it, except for very rare circumstances, of marriage or some shit like that, just, if anything, does more to, cause more insecurities and more problems in somebody, especially when it comes to, sex and, just social interaction and shit, more so than not.
But that's a good point. In the moment, you have one hand. You have two hands, but you have one iteration of each hand. I mean, you can't swap these out the way you can swap out, say, behavioral archetypes, or like your dick or your tits or whatever. They're non-fungible. Thank you. So it seems like most types of fetishization then would necessarily like kind of bring about those negative feelings. But that's kind of a shitty way to think about it. I don't know. I mean, abs are fetishized a lot, but we don't really have a problem with insecure abless people. Well, maybe. People fetishize...
I mean, maybe, kind of. I mean, there are definitely dudes that are just like, man, I wish I was, like, all swollen fit like that dude who has, like, the abs and all that shit. And, like, that's... I feel like there's definitely an element of that.
I don't know how much... That's not safe for the environment with that. That has to be... There's actually a ton of worship things built around the existence of body parts rather than them being super big or small, respectively. That's true, but, like, we must acknowledge that people who have, like, cock worship kink are probably also going to have a cock size kink, right? Not necessarily.
Probably.
But there's definitely an association there. They're close together.
Strong overlap.
I didn't say... I said not necessarily. Speaking of. It's worshipping masculinity. Maybe that's probably also a correlative thing, but I don't think it has to be a masculinity thing. There are plenty of people who like big dicks who would like them perfectly well in a woman. That's pretty common in pornography, actually. Probably less so in real life, but it's definitely a variable thing. Bosch, isn't a community of people laughing at bad women anatomy? Do you mean the Bad Women's Anatomy subreddit? Which I go back and forth on, by the way.
That's a subreddit?
I don't know. There's something... Oh, sorry. It'd be,
How on the... Like... What the fuck would be on there, and do I want to know?
Drawing women. That'd be the subreddit. That's the visual equivalent. Men drawing women. Men drawing women. That's it. And I go back and forth in this subreddit, which I've seen a couple of times. Sometimes there's stuff here that I think is quite bad. And sometimes there's stuff here that I
Is there something on it?
Is quite defensible, actually. Like...
Is he gonna pull something up from it?
The anatomical stylings. You know what? As long as we're here, we're here.
Yeah, pull something up from it.
Shoo, it's that thing you posted.
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. What in the hell is this? Oh, sweet Jesus, sweet, but where's her fucking legs? Like, her legs are literally like twice the size of her actual body. Okay, I see what's going on here. I see what the subreddit's about. I see what's happening. Okay. Okay, I might join it just to kind of be amused, because I am amused by absurd hyper anatomy like this, where it's like, yeah, let's put some, not just some, like, big legs, or, like, a big dumper, or, like, a big dick, or whatever the fuck. We're gonna make it, like, the size of a skyscraper, or, like, 3 times the size of the actual person that is wielding it. It's just like, huh? It's just like, Jesus. Oh my god. Honestly, I thought that was like an extra set of like breasts going on there, but I was like, wait, hold on. I looked up and I'm like, okay, no, that's the actual set. I'm like, what in the fuck? What's going on here?
Self-referential.
What in the fuck? Oh my god, honestly, there are legit like furry artists that draw like chicks like this, but honestly, yeah, if you actually made that 3D, oh my god, it's like that back is like so fucked. What? Like the back is literally like 1 foot forward than where it should be.
Okay, I'll put it this way, okay? Look. Here's a blacksmith lady. As you can see, she's dressed in clothing that is inappropriate for a blacksmith.
At least she's anatomically correct, I guess.
The funny thing
her back ain't like 1 foot forward than where it should be, and she doesn't have legs that are like 3 times her body size.
I feel like you could draw a basically naked anime girl wearing a blacksmith's apron, and it would be fine. That would be hotter, if anything, because you're not selling me on the blacksmith thing. Right now, you're selling me on the idiot cosplayer angle. What was I saying? Oh, right. It's like, how much is the, like, over-the-top shit like this? You know, how much of it is a mistake? And how much of it is, like, an acceptable step? Oh, God.
I mean, none of it.
It's like...
I mean, none of it's a mistake. I mean, and...
No, by mistake, I mean, like, an error or a flaw. Wasn't the blacksmith in Dark Souls have
I mean, honestly, that'd just be up to artist's interpretation or, like, viewer's interpretation.
No, you shouldn't do that either. Though I think in this case... Well,
honestly, I think that's what it really comes down to. Isn't it, like, just art relative? I was looking at, like, I mean, because this all just comes down to relativism, really, especially when it comes to art, because it's just subject to the eye of the beholder. Like, I mean, it's like, obviously, you know, this piece of art, she's more atomically correct than, where was that other chick? Where was it? God damn it, that one. This one, you know, it's just like, at least for me, obviously, when it comes to the subject, you know, of the art, like, this one, at least, you know, well, obviously, at least outside of the OSHA violations going on here. Like, I mean, outside of OSHA violations, like, I mean, you know, it's actually far more appealing of art than, the other pieces and shit. But at least the second one was more of, like, pointing out the problems of it, more so than not. But, I mean, but that's kind of the point. Like, at least for me, especially when it comes to, like, having cartoony-ish, but, like, realistic art, like, having, like, a realistic sense, like, having a trade or something like that, like, a character doing, you know, this, you know, like, what I like about realism, if anything, but having, like, kind of a more cartoonish sense of, like, you know, having, like, you know, an anime out or, like, a furry or whatever the fuck. I mean, that's what I especially love of it. I mean, when it comes to art. And it's, like, isn't that what it should be about? It's like mixing, you know, the creative fantasy world and creative world with, you know, the real world. I mean, isn't that really fundamentally what art's supposed to be about? Hence why, you know, it's supposed to be subjective and shit. Because honestly, it's why, you know, look at the, you know, let's look at the initial thing. It's like, how in the fuck do people get, like, all butthurt over this? It's like, come on. It's like, Jesus Christ. Whether it's, like, pornographic art or not. I mean, it's just all, like, subject to the eye of the beholder. I mean, it's like, God the damn. It's like one of those things where it's like, hey, if you just don't like it, just don't, like, look at it or something. I don't know. Like, fuck. Come the hell on, people. It's like things can't be that, like, absurd and, like, ridiculous now. Speaking of, let's see. What other fun things could be? What the, life expenses lower in red states due to Republican policies, study finds. Oh, wow. Why am I not surprised? I mean, honestly, especially when it comes to life expectancy, I mean, yeah, just, like, look at places like Alabama, Arkansas, or, like, Mississippi and shit like that. I mean, it's horrible. Like, I mean, I think life expectancy is more like at 50 to 60 versus, like, yeah, late 60s to 70s. I think the national average is, like, 72 or 71. So it's like, you know, the state averages for a lot of these southern states, it's legit, like, in the fucking, like between, like, you know, 6, 3, 4, 5 and shit versus, it's like, what?
Conservative policies are correlated with a decrease in life expectancy. Therefore, if you live in a red state, your life on average will be shorter than individuals who live in blue states. This is according to a new study that was just published.
Because I'm in a blue state, that means I have about 5,000 years extra on top of everybody else. Check me.
Into the study, I just
I guess that's what happens when you go woke.
want to make it clear that overall life expectancy in the United States across the board has decreased consistently for 2 years now, and on average, life expectancy in the United States is 5.1 years lower than comparable OECD countries, with an average life expectancy here of 77 years.
It dropped 5 years? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Compared to other countries where they at least live for about 80 years. And obviously, a large reason why our life expectancy has decreased for the past 2 years is because of our mishandling handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, but even taking that into account, we were already doing worse than comparable OECD countries. So what does the study say? Well, in a summary of the study for The Guardian, Mark Pingali explains, Americans die younger in conservative states than in those governed by liberals, a new study has found.
Goddamn liberals, it's just an all major fucking agenda, try to take out fucking hard work conservative patriot, I tell you what, brother.
Simulations indicate that changing all policy domains in all states to a fully liberal orientation might have saved 171,030 lives in 2019, while changing them to a fully conservative orientation might have cost 217,635 lives. They added, especially strong associations were observed between certain domains and specific causes of death, between the gun safety domain and suicide mortality among men, between the labor domain and alcohol-induced mortality, and between both the economic tax and tobacco tax domains and CVD, cardiovascular mortality. Now, let's just pause right here to clear something up. All of the policy domains that they examined are associated with working age mortality. That's the key, working age mortality. So it's not like a bunch of old people live in red states and, them dying earlier because of the pandemic or them dying earlier because of a specific disease that affects old people is what is decreasing life expectancy. No, we're talking about working age mortality here. So what's the solution? Well, the authors point to this study published in 2016 in the Journal of Social Science and Medicine, which found that life expectancy in the United States would increase by approximately 4 years if the U.S. offered social welfare programs that were comparable to other OECD countries. So this means that the United States...
Shocker. It color me surprised. That's probably not taking account of having things like universal healthcare and shit either, but at least having expansion in things like Social Security and food stamps or like the WIC program, things like that. Like that would do more to substantially help increase not just general well-being of people, especially on the lower end of the socioeconomic ladder, but also be able to help increase their life expectancy as well.
First, this trend.
It's bad to be a label Christian. That's what I consider myself to be. No. Not really. Like when it comes to being Christian, as long as they're not one of the evangelical fascistic death cult type of Christians that are all which there is a pretty strong predominance of them dotted throughout the country and shit, but obviously that's not literally all fucking Christians. But it's at the end of the day, just because there's that element doesn't mean literally all Christians are like that. So just I've no straight up communist Christians and shit. Every now and then there's a guy that comes in here, radical disability, that's straight up communist, but he also is Christian himself. So they exist too. And also there's historically very hardcore radical anarchist types, Dorothy Day that have existed in the past and shit, who are also very religious and tied it with a lot of their activism too, if anything.
By not being as stingy, by offering U.S. citizens what citizens in other countries have, where the life expectancy on average is longer. This means that if you are a governor in a red state and you haven't expanded Medicaid, you're part of the problem. Also in the United States, we don't have universal healthcare that is free at the point of service. This leads to excess deaths that are completely preventable. Tens of thousands every single year.
I know at least before COVID, it was about 45,000 people, died every year due to lack of healthcare, but I'm sure that's increased due to COVID though, at this point. I don't know how much at this point. I'm assuming probably maybe 60. At this rate, who knows? Probably a lot.
We don't have paid paternity leave and maternity leave, and we don't have guaranteed vacation days. Many red states don't have gun safety laws. Even the blue states that have gun safety laws, well, they're affected by red states who neighbor them, and therefore that affects their gun policy. So trying to institute common sense gun laws that reduce the number of gun deaths and mass shootings, that's also going to help the situation. Programs designed to reduce poverty and hunger, increasing the minimum wage, these could all expand life expectancy by decreasing depression and suicide and other issues that come up as a result of economic woes. And so when you see that life expectancy is lower in red states, and overall the US has on average a lower life expectancy than other comparable OECD nations, well, it's because Republicans dominate. Republicans control 61% of the states, 61% of legislatures to be exact. So people are supporting politicians overall that are causing them to die, quite literally. But at least the woke moralists won't have any victories, right? At least the...
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who, you sons of bitches.
libs will be triggered. They might die earlier, but at least, the wokeists won't win.
Woke. The woke has been defeated.
That's basically where we're at in this country, where conservatives' policies or lack of policies to address specific crises are so bad that they are causing their residents to die sooner. And we're the richest country on the planet. There's no excuse for this. No excuse whatsoever. Countries with less wealth than us, they don't see these same problems that we see. Now, there's one conservative trend that is...
And honestly, even if they do, they just don't see it nowhere near to the same level that, like, we do. Like, because, I mean, I know one thing that Mike was pointing out is the thing about gun violence and shit, but, America also is not the only country that, allows citizens to legally own firearms. There's places like Switzerland, UK to an extent, and a couple other countries as well, including in Europe too, that allow ownership of firearms and shit. And do those countries have some gun violence? Every now and then, yeah. Switzerland does a little bit too. And the difference is, though, is that they actually have like a very strong regimented, not just regulatory means on the access of those firearms, but also like a strong regulated regimented training that is attached to getting one, and making it that much harder for someone to qualify to get one if they so choose to, because of said things like trainings and shit. Like, I know in Lithuania, it's another country where gun ownership is totally accessible and legal. They actually have, like, riflemen's unions. Like, basically, like, unions where, for gun owners, where they essentially, I don't know how often, I'm assuming, like, a monthly basis, some shit, where they'll have things organized up to where you can go on, like, training days, go on, like, field trainings and shit, and, stuff like that. So it's like, and honestly, I would strongly encourage that on a federal level too. Like, I mean, because like he's mentioning, though, at the end of the day, it's like all these other countries are able to have a lot of the same type of things that we can't have when it comes to certain things, but just don't have the same problems. And it's like, I wonder why. It's probably like, maybe we could just like look at what they're doing and maybe just like, take that, like take some examples of that and put it into our own like system and shit. Because if these countries that, probably have like, like $10 and a Pop-Tart to their name as far as I'm concerned for their fucking budgets and shit, then, we absolutely sure, for fucking can, pay for it and stuff. So it's like, there really isn't that much of an excuse for it. Outside of, I don't want to pay for it, basically, because I care about my profits more than that. It's like, I want to convince you to vote for me and, basically make sure that I'm in power so, I can have, like, my actual, like, Apple owner buddies, make a lot more money off of, my words and stuff versus actually helping you. So, yeah. Just keep doing that, and then, I'll just kind of cry and tell you that, we can't pay for it. Sorry.
Which actually did surprise me. The article continues, bucking the trend, the study found that more conservative marijuana policies were associated with lower mortality rates. So to be clear, more liberal marijuana policies are correlated with a decrease in life expectancy. Now, they haven't identified a causal mechanism, and we'll get to what they say about this in a moment here, but this does not mean that marijuana is lethal, therefore if it's legal and used for recreational purposes more commonly, then that's going to lead to more deaths. That's not what they're saying here. So what they are saying is that marijuana use is associated with higher instances of alcohol abuse, vehicular accidents, and also suicidal ideation, which suggests that if you're depressed and you already abuse alcohol, you're more likely to also use marijuana. And this is a statistically significant association, but they explain that multiple studies have already produced inconclusive evidence about the health impacts of marijuana aside from positive benefits like reducing chronic pain and whatnot. So it kind of makes sense when you think about it that way, to where maybe if you are feeling worse off. If you're depressed, you're more likely to seek out marijuana as a treatment. So marijuana use or marijuana policies in more liberal states is an indicator, perhaps, of...
I mean, honestly, yeah. That's kind of what I was going to say. It's like, honestly, the people, you know, who are, like, you have higher alcohol abuse or, you know, or an accident, so likely they probably are dealing with body pains and injuries and shit. Like, chances are they're probably more likely to, well, smoke weed. And I don't necessarily think that's an indictment. I mean, it's just more or less likely that, like, you know, they're using that as a way, as an alternative to probably try to avoid, you know, doing their alcohol abuse or, you know, deal with pains or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, like he's saying, like, you know, use it as a form of treatment.
Overall, that isn't as clear as the other policy domains that they examined, where it was abundantly clear that the more stingier welfare and social policies instituted by Republicans, depriving their citizens of material well-being, it causes their citizens to die. Not really that surprising, honestly. So, yeah, there you have it. If you live in a red state, you should probably leave, unless you're wealthy, then I'm sure you'll be okay. But on average, if you live in a red state and you're not an elite with a lot of wealth, well, that's also a problem, because how do you leave if you don't have wealth? Because leaving requires wealth in the first place. But this is what happens when you vote for Republicans. Now, I don't think that Republicans are going to see this study and change their mind, because they reject science and data. But at least we all know that it is the case that people in red states do worse than people in blue states. I don't find this as a victory and, you know, a reason to celebrate democratic...
I mean, who would think that? I mean, more or less, it's just more of an indictment of our fucking system. It just, like, you know, shows, like, the more, you know, capitalistic and exploitative that you go with, you know, your policies and shit, basically more conservative, you know, the more fucking, like, worse it gets, you know, for people on the bottom end. I mean, like, it's kind of you know, for me at least, kind of a no-brainer, but at least having, you know, studies to kind of show and enforce that type of data, you know, actually, you know, is kind of at least a nice thing. It was, what are you doing? Do you mind? You little flirt. Because, I mean, it's like, you know, like, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily blame, you know, people that live in these states, you know, always and shit, because there's a lot of problems, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, gerrymandering, redlining, you know, electoral fraud, and all sorts of other shit that goes on in behind the scenes, and especially a lot of, you know, the voter base being more enfranchised, you know, when it comes to conservatives, but more disenfranchised when it comes to liberals or leftists in these states. So it's not, and the Democrat/progressive side, you know, of, you know, the opposition when it comes to Republicans in these red states tend to just basically be Republican light, where it's like, I'm kind of Democrat, but I basically economically am the same thing. It's, I mean, it's like, you know, so how can, you know, there be, like, you know, a legit, you know, like, enfranchisement, you know, for people who might be liberal or democratic or, like, you know, progressive leaning and shit in these states to go vote when that's all they got. I mean, so I don't necessarily blame voters, you know, for that type of shit, outside of the ones that just keep galvanizing and, you know, continue, you know, play the tribalistic game on that front. Or at least the ones that are trying to break the cycle, you know, in one way, shape, or form. I don't blame them, even if they aren't necessarily voting. Because at least the ones that aren't, I mean, they're, if anything, just, like, waiting for an actual legitimate excuse to do that. Because I would if I was in, like, somewhere like fucking Alabama. Like, I mean, I sure shouldn't want to go out of my way to vote. Fuck that.
Where they should be as well. But I find this as a really depressing reality about our political system, where we have one party who is so extremist that their policies are causing excess and preventable deaths, and they still continue to be electorally viable election after election after election. I find this to be really sad and depressing, honestly. So this isn't necessarily a victory for liberal blue states, as it is a failure of our entire country and our entire political system. Like, this is an indictment of capitalism in the United States, to be clear.
Yeah, pretty much that's what I was just talking about. Yeah. I said it in a little bit more flowery words. Zukov, do you fucking mind, bro? Do you mind, mate? Oh, you stretchy prick. The fuck do you want? What do you want, bro? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You're being an annoyance and a menace. You're being a menace to society. A menace to society. With these little fluffy cheeks. Yes, yes, yes. Look at you, you little menace to society. Yeah. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You freaking little goofball. What is up with you? What about this here deal? There's nothing here. I don't have any treats. I don't have treats for you. You have to wait till tomorrow. I'll get you a Fruit Loop. Can I help you? You don't care that I use you as a drum, do you? You're such a fluffy dork. Look at you. Ah, just got a whisker in the eye. Who knows where those whiskers have been? You torment me, so this is what you get to. I mean, I shall be a menace to you as you are a menace to me. Are you gonna, like, move from the lap now? You're making my leg fall asleep. Ugh. Bruh. Yo. Give me that damn ear. You goofy ass little mutt. Look at you, you goofy ass little boy. Yeah, what you gonna do? Yeah, flip them ears. I flipped those little ears. You're not gonna care? Now you're just knocking shit over. You Fruit Loop. Look at you. What? What? God, do you mind, dog? What do you want? What do you want? You quit knocking things over. Yes. Got it there. There, now you quit knocking it over, you fucking jackass. God, that dog is so good. Whatever shall I do with a little mutt like that? That's it. Okay, now what do you want? What? Oh my god, this is what you really just want to like annoy me right now. Like what got up your ass here? Like what type of hair is all up your grill, bro? What's up? Is there something you need? You just woke up and you're just like, yep, I chose to, you know, cause excessive annoyance. That's my that's my goal today. Oh my god. All right, fine. Get back up here. You fucking Fruit Loop. This is what you get. Doc of the gym being MC. What's up, man? Got this little mutt who just wants to incessantly annoy the shit out of me. Look at you. Look at you. Well, look at this face. Excuse me. Watch what you're doing with that. What? It's not Friday night until you crack open. Nice can of Fancy Feast. Yeah, this is the Fancy Feast. This little psycho. Oh my god, what are you doing? Whoa! What? What are you doing? You worm! What? Get back. Yeah, whoa, hey, whoa. Yo. No. Don't do that. What's wrong with you? As soon as I, like, went, whew, like that, he was just like, oh, yeah, let me go over here. And it's like, no, None of that. None of that. You fucking weirdo. You goof. You nut. You worm. Oh, my God. Oh my god, look at this. What is he... what is going on here? Look at you. What? Like, what is this? Your belly's right here, your head's right here, and somehow, like, your booty and everything's just, like, right beside that. Like, you got 180 going on here. Oh my god, you fuck. Ugh. What are you doing? What is up with you? Ugh. Ugh. God, you little meat bag. Oh my god. Ugh. You're driving me nuts. Ugh. Oh my god, you Fruit Loop! Those little grunts and moans, dude. Hey, watch where your tail's going. What is this? What is this? See, like, what little worm is this? Like, this is not a dog, this is a worm. It's like a little amoeba worm. What are you doing? Hey, what are you sniffing around for? You little choppy chomp boy? Look at you, you're a goof. Fuck, get off. Fuck, mate. Do you mind? Yeah, go annoy him. Yeah, go pester him. Do that instead.
Hey, in the way.
Yeah, go over there. Oh, God, fucking dog. Prawn, gourmet caramel apples. Oh my god, those look fucking amazing. Amazing. Look at those. Those are fucking delicious. Oh my god, there's more. It's all sorts of caramel apples. Oh my goodness. Dude, look at that one. Oh, look at these. Those are good. Those ones are okay. Yeah, I mean, those could be better. Oh, those are fucking hell yeah, dude. Those are fucking banging. Oh, I'm down for that too, right there. All the sprinkles. Oh, dude, hell yeah. I got some sprinkles on that one. Those some Valentine's Day ones. Hey! Candy corns. And walnuts and stuff. Dude, hell yeah, that's fucking dope. Dude, there's all sorts of pictures. I mean, I don't know if we'll go for all of these, but... Yeah, dude, holy shit, there's like 90 of them, yeah. I won't go for like all of them, but goddamn, those look fucking amazing. Do you like the shell candy kind? The shell candy? Yeah, I mean, honestly, all of them besides number 4 there, were like this one, like all of those besides this one right here look good. Like these ones look a little, like, I mean, the far back 3 ones are okay, but the front 3 are like a little meh. Those look a little poo-pooey. Just a little bit. It's like they tried to drizzle it, but they didn't do a real good job at the drizzle. If they did a good job at the drizzle, I think they would have been pretty good at it. Yeah, did a good job, but no, that's not what happened. Quit messing with that bag. Go for that booty. Go for the booty again. Booty, 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 booty. Goof. Quit going after the bag. Yeah, you're a goof. These kind. Oh, hang on, let me check. There we go. My issue is more difficult to top. Oh, these ones? Ooh. The issue is that they're more difficult to top. I mean, I guess so, but those do look fucking hella good. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I will aggressively use your head as a drum when you're not doing things you're supposed to be doing. So don't do that. I want a big cake for the holidays. Plus some type of orange honey cakes. Orange honey cakes sound fucking awesome. They sound that sounds amazing. I've seen Tipsy Bartender melt down hard candy and use some Dakota apples. I use Jolly Ranchers, but if you use Tootsie Pops. Ooh, Tootsie Pops. So apparently Musk actually bought Twitter. Yep. And he literally walked into Twitter HQ saying, I just bought Twitter HQ. Or, yeah, I just bought Twitter. Let that sink in. And then he walks into fucking Twitter with a literal sink that he bought at Home Depot. Walking in with a sink, letting that sink in. So apparently, yeah, but yeah. I might make a rum cake. Ooh, rum cake. Have a good, delicious rum cake, aye. What? Yeah, he literally did. Here, I can find it. It's pretty fucking dumb. Well, we're gonna see it. We're gonna watch it in all its glory. Hold on. If it wants to fucking load, there we go. Here we go. Let me try to find it now. Where's the meme? Where's our lovely little meme video? Here it is. It's right about here. Right about here now, I think. Here we go.
Yeah. How wholesome, though, you know? How fucking wholesome is that? It's kind of beautiful. And remember, he's here to save us, guys. He's here to save us from the bad, mean Wojak man.
The bad Wojak people. No.
No free speech for you, bitch!
None for you at all. Did I actually miss it by accident? Yeah, I did a little bit, actually. Here we go. Here we go.
Bro! Let that sink in, get it?
Yeah, he's literally walking out with a
damn.
sink.
Damn! That's some epic shit right there.
Oh yeah, dad mode. Yeah.
Got the fucking sink, bro.
Yeah, bruh. Oh.
Kitchen motherfucking sink up in this bitch.
Yeah. He let that sink in. Oh. Yeah, he literally did it. Yeah, that is what happened. He unironically did that, and he posted that on Twitter for everyone to see. As much as CEO of now, Tesla, SpaceX, boring, and Twitter. Isn't Tesla still going out of business? Not yet, from my understand. I mean, it's still gonna probably be a while before it truly does, unfortunately. I'm gonna fuck with you, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna mess with you. That's what you get. You don't put up a fight that much, do you? I'm trying to make him, like, actually chomp on me, but he's not. He does not have any effort. You have lost your senses. Get away from my pizza! Get the fuck away from the pizza! Oh, hell no! Hell no! I ain't not gonna allow that. Yeah, yeah. That's what you get. Yeah. Jerk. Listen, make cats screaming about electrify more prominent. And you let Kanye back too. Honestly, it's like I might try to get my Twitter back if the Amazing Atheist gets his Twitter back, because I know with how TJ's going to be, like, if he can get away with the shit that he can, then I'm most certainly going to go back, and then, you know, I'm really going to make my free speech known. Because, hey, if you, you know, it's like the silver line, if he actually wants to try to do it like that, which, you know, it's going to be bullshit anyway, but, you know, if there's at least going to be, like, a ever so slightly more veneer of that, then, prove it, bitch. Which, there's literally nothing in here, you fuck. I'll literally, yeah, that's where it's going. In the meantime, until you get away from it. Go sit down. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, great. Election fraud and anti-Semitism. What a policy reform. Well, hey, as long as I can call them a bunch of, like, gringo fucking racist pieces of shit, you know, right back at them, then, you know, hey, two can play at that game. Imagine the level of insecurity people have to go through on a hate campaign instead of confronting their own feelings. Like, Republicanism in a nutshell. I mean, at least, you know, the far right, like, you know, evangelicalism in a nutshell, especially. So I don't have any mixer. prefer mixer with this. But I don't have any mixer. I have what's left of my tea, but that's my sober drink. I don't want to use that. Fuck. That basically just means taking shots, and I really honestly don't want to do that. I mean, how... You know, I'll at least do one, just to see how bad it is. Yeah, I want a mixed drink. It's, yeah. Want some mixer. To be fair, having an actual shot glass would be a little better, but fuck yeah, I would rather have a mixer of that. I probably can't guarantee it'll be different. Well, of course there will be. Like, Elon already has, like, a set rule where it's like, you know, I want to make sure that I have, like, loyal lapdogs and shit, you know, for me, but you want to criticize me, it's going to be deplatformed. I mean, honestly, realistically, there's probably going to be more deplatforming, more censorship for leftists and progressives and shit on that platform more so than that. So, yeah. Yeah. Basically, right wingers. Oh, Bad Santa. I love me some Bad Santa. Wait, what?
The hell, buddy?
Buddy, I said I am not gay.
Buddy! Hey, I tell you what there, partner, I am not gay there. I'm not a fucking queer or homosexual, you son of a bitch. I actually do like me some Bad Santa, though. This band's awesome. Where are they from? Greece? Dude, Nighthawks? I'm down for them. Wait. Why did it play back to the song I just listened to? There we go. Oh! Hold up, I want to hear the start of that again. It has some Morse code. But it has epic riff. Some epic licks. Seven levels. Oh, with the, I suppose. Someone say Nighthawk? Well, Nighthawks. But yes. I know you're referring to something else, but I'm referring to this album here. Which is fucking epic. Dude, this album cover is fucking epic, dude. Hold on. Let me enhance this bitch. Dude, look at that album cover, dude. That album cover is fucking sick. Dude, I definitely might buy this album if I can find it. Because this album cover in itself looks amazing, dude. That looks dope. Oh wait, hold on here. Here, I'll click this to see what this is. Oh god damn it, it's one of these. Okay, alright, fine. Alright, you slunked me into it. Now we're gonna have the weird voice to tell us a scary story. It's gonna be the voice.
Every day
Yep.
after first period,
Yep, knew it. Called
I
it.
would head over to the campus cafe for an iced mocha frappuccino. It was usually the best part of my day. However, my last visit was hands down the worst. It all began when the man in front of me began to scream at the young lady behind the counter.
Nice Sunday. I'm working Sunday,
You stupid bitch.
so I won't be able
You
to.
stupid bitch. The man said in anger. I'm sorry, the lady cried out. It was just a joke. Well, I don't find it very funny. The man shot back. At this point, the manager, hearing the commotion, stepped out of his office and asked what the problem was. The problem is not only does your employee here think she's a comedian, but she's apparently illiterate as well. The man then slammed down his drink on the counter and pointed out what made him so angry. On the cup in female handwriting were the letters J-A-K, B-L-A-K.
Jack
I
Black.
pointed to myself, read Jack Black, and then I thought it sort of looked like him. The manager picked up the coffee cup from the counter, and after analyzing it, he began to chuckle. "What's so goddamn funny?" the angered man said. "It's nothing, sir. It's just, you do kind of look like Jack Black. To be honest, you could be his brother.
Big B's brother.
However, again, I'm sorry. If you'd like us to fix it, please just give me your actual name." The man, without warning, slapped the coffee from the manager's hand and told him he'd better watch his cock-sucking mouth. By this time, all the customers in line became fed up and told the man to step aside so they could all order. The man's head shot back. He then looked everyone in the eyes and told them to fuck off individually.
Individually, one by one.
Turned back around and continued to berate the employee for the mix-up. "All right, enough," the manager said. "I'm sorry you bear a striking resemblance to Jack Black, but I will not stand here and allow you to talk down upon myself and Ashley. Now, unless you'd like to order, I'll have to politely ask you to get the fuck out of my face." The line and myself began to applaud the manager for how he handled the situation,
Such aggressive individual.
which only infuriated the man further. The man screamed. He then hopped on top of the counter.
I'm just imagining someone literally screaming like that, just like someone directly at my face is just like, you know.
Which only infuriated the man further.
I'm just imagining someone screaming at me like that.
The man screamed. He then hopped on top of the counter and asked if we had any idea who he was. Everyone looked around confused.
Looks just like Jack Black. Oh my
An
god.
elderly woman from the back of the line said who. The man told her his name was Nighthawk, and he then began to remove his pants. "What the fuck is he doing?" a black guy cried out. The man, naked from the waist down, began to fondle his genitals. "Sir, please stop
What the
before I
fuck?
call the police," the manager said. "It's too late.
It's too late for you
It's time
now.
to teach you common folk a lesson."
The common
The
folk.
man began to rapidly pull and tug at his penis.
Oh no.
Everyone began to freak out. "He's going to ejaculate on us all!"
Run! Get out of there!
cried in terror.
What? Okay, Rose. What content do you get into on your spare time, sir?
To leave his calling card, 3 cops came bursting into the cafe.
I thought I was into some weird shit, sir.
"You son bitch!" An
You
officer
son of a
holding a pair
bitch.
of nunchucks screamed out. Nighthawk pulled up his pants. Well, officers. It looks like you finally caught me."
Finally caught me there, buddy.
Officer of Nunchuck smugly replied. "Now let's make this easy, Nighthawk." A smirk creepily crept across Nighthawk's face. "Do I ever make it easy, Nunchuck cop?" Nighthawk then pulled a smoke bomb from his pocket and threw it at the floor.
Oh damn.
Smoke filled the room, and when it finally cleared, Nighthawk was long gone.
Oh shit.
"Not again!" the officer cried out. "Every damn time!" "It's all right," one of the policemen said while patting his shoulder. The police then took a few statements and left. I then ordered my iced mocha frappuccino and headed to second period. Sad but never returning again.
Damn.
I never saw that man again, and I hope I never do.
Seems like he does very frequently.
But if for whatever reason I do see him, I pray to the Lord above he'll keep his pants on this time.
He'll keep the pants on this time.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more true scare stories.
This guy like TJ's like banned from stories where it's like, yep, I've been banned from a Wendy's, banned from McDonald's, I've been banned from this and that, etc., etc. So characters narrating the Nighthawk. Ah, so different people meeting the Nighthawk in different times of their lives. God damn it. Why does it keep going back to the first one? Ooh. There we go. What would you do if you met the Nighthawk? Well, I would probably at the very least just be like, alright, I should probably mind my P's and keys, and then, you know, be like, oh shit, well, I guess, you know, it's probably time to, you know, run away if, like, you know, Nighthawk starts doing this weird thing, you know what I mean? Because knowing, you know, the Nighthawk and shit, that is just exactly likely what he'll do. He's do some weird crazy shit where I'm just, like, definitely not all about. Oh, I see. Sweet. Go. Still add a little more progressionos. Making my march to Tokyo. Man, this fucking like Hearts of Iron gameplay I'm doing a little bit on the side has just been so fucking whack and jank. It is whack as fuck, I will admit. Anyway, go here. Let's see what's going on already. What fun stuff's going on here? Wow, I love it. Outside groups are pumping big money into congressional races in Oregon. Oh, fucking Peachy King is so juicy. Mike Erickson, Oregon 6th congressional candidate. Oh, the new Oregon's congressional district. Was outside the Moda Center before and after a Blazer game on Monday. His sign gave no indication that he was a Republican. I asked him to his face if he was embarrassed about lining up a party after a sexual fashion scene, turned away without an answer. Of course. I didn't seem engaged with anyone else to know, but that's interesting here. Brought to me in my son because we were in his path. I vote for this Republican, this is vote against Oregon. Yeah, I mean, no shit. And that's kind of going without saying. Alright, let's see. What type of random shit's going on here? Not getting anything really much. Nature's fucking lit. Giant horse conch getting some breakfast. What in the fuck is this thing? Well, I guess it's a horse conch. Dude, what the fuck is this weird ass thing? It looks like a rock. But it's alive? Dude, what the fuck? This, like, if it... Alright, so if someone zoomed in on this and said, is that a rock? I would say, I honestly would have to say yes. But then they zoom out and it's like, nah, it's a living thing. I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? That's fucking whack and weird and creepy. Ugh. What the hell? That is definitely really weird. What the hell is this? Two types of people. What the hell? It's a public freakout thing. It's two types of people and it's a public freakout. What the hell's going on in this? Here. Let's see what this is going on here. Oh, they dressed as the Powerpuff Girls?
What the fuck are you doing?
Can I help you?
Trick or treat. It's not Halloween? What's today's date?
Oh my god, dude, those fucking glasses, dude, those fucking glasses, oh my god, holy shit. And they're meant to be the Powerpuff Girls or some shit. Oh my god, dude, where's Buttercup? Oh my god. Holy shit, I love it. Oh my god, dude, this is great. Oh my god, and that guy was just like, nope, you know what, I'm goddamn, I'm done. He's just walking back, dude. Oh my god. Why is he having his hand out? He's so scared.
No candy?
No candy? Please get back in his car.
Oh no!
Oh shit! I'm gonna taser you fucking goddamn weirdos. You damn queers, back the fuck up. It's like, you what the fuck, bro?
Just because I'm black.
It's not because of black guys, it's because you're a bunch of queers, okay? I don't discriminate upon race, I just discriminate on sexuality. It's like, I'm one of those Republicans, okay? I tell you what, brother, I'm not that bigoted. It's like, I got over that thing, but that other thing though, This is like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what the hell? Like, dude, it's like, he's like, he runs to his fucking car and it's like, grabs his fucking pepper spray or taser and so I'm gonna tase you guys.
Like some, I thought it was like a whole woman. Oh. My dress dressing.
I'm not gonna lie, they're looking hella fucking fine in those dresses. You know, they rocking those dresses.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Oh, wait, for real. Can we give y'all candy for real?
Yes.
Here, this is great.
Oh my god, dude, I love this lady.
Shit, y'all are great. This is great. Can I take y'all's picture now?
Yes.
Okay, wait, stay right here.
Wait, we gotta post up.
We gotta post up. Dude, I like this lady.
Thank goodness.
Did y'all like just get here? Like come out?
Yeah.
Y'all just started coming out here?
Yeah. Trick or treat. I love you guys' decorations. Actually, this scared me right here. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna turn his head up. Yeah, I thought it was gonna like turn. Y'all have a nice day. Y'all have a nice day. Thank you. W people. That's skip worthy.
That's skip worthy. Dude, I love these guys. Dude, is this like on YouTube somewhere? Who do you think is recording? Oh, it is Bob. Yeah, that would be the case. Oh, yeah, no, wait, it would be him. Yeah, it'd be the professor that's recording. So where is Buttercup then? That is the question. But yo, there has to be like, you know, this guy in 6 seconds. I would have thought 2 times before. Those who knock in, those who ring. I actually, yeah, thought it was probably gonna be that, but nah. Is there like, did anyone post a link of like a full thing, or is it just on here? I mean, there has to be like something. No, I'm like, aw. Not gonna lie, that was actually pretty awesome. I like those dudes. The other guy being like rolling up and be like, the fuck y'all doing here, weirdos? It's like, that guy's a little bit of a bitch. Like, that lady, like, I also thought it'd be like, oh my god, what the fucking weirdos are they? Like, I thought it was gonna be that, but no, she's like, this is awesome! It's like, see, that's an awesome lady. That lady's awesome. She's dope. That was some good shit right there.
Right.
Wait, what? The moment this transgender debate got heated. What? Oh, I remember this.
Transgender
Oh, does this have Ben Shapiro in it?
is horribly difficult. It is the most difficult thing you
I
can
think
do.
this is with Ben Shapiro.
Cities I've flown.
I know this. I think.
Mission surveillance.
Yes, it is! It is! That's Ben!
Being yourself and being transgender
I've seen this before.
is about the bravest thing you can do. Does she deserve the award? Yes.
Why are we mainstreaming delusion?
It's not delusion.
Why would you call it delusion?
Because Bruce Caitlyn Jenner, I'll call him Caitlyn Jenner.
No,
because
it's her. You're not being polite to the pronoun.
Because
disrespect.
Okay, forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that every chromosome.
Oh, yes, there. Get wrecked, you liberal scum. Facts don't care about the feelings. Yeah. It's like, I mean, I know what comes up here pretty soon, and it's gonna be so great, and I really, yeah. I mean, I love it. It's just so beautiful. But it's like, you know, let's just forget the disrespect part, because what's more disrespectful is the facts and feelings there. You fucking, like, absurd, you know, liberal. You woke liberal. How dare you? We have mainstream delusion, and it's called religion. Yeah. Like, if they're gonna call transgenderism delusion, then, you know, we can call religion delusion. It's like, I don't necessarily think, you know, like, every single religious person, you know, should be called delusional because of that, but, like, I mean, come on now. If we're gonna go by their logic of this one here, when it comes to this transphobic garbage and shit, with especially far-right evangelicals, and I mean, it's like, I mean, come on now.
In Caitlyn Jenner's body is male, with the exception of some of his sperm cells. It turns out that his brain structure is male. It turns out that he still has all of his male appendages. How he feels on the inside is relevant to the question of his biological status.
I don't agree with that. I'm not on that train.
It's like, look, I might be conservative, but look, I'm not on that train. I do not affiliate with that nonsense right there. I tell you what.
She wants to be called she. I'm going to call her she. I just have a problem with the message and the messenger.
So well, let's
I have a problem with the message and the messenger and, you know, and stuff like that, but look, you know, basically agreeing with Ben Shapiro a little bit, but look, I'm not gonna be on that train about being disrespectful, you know, son of a bitch little weasel. I ain't about that there, bro. I ain't gonna be on that one. I can be the census. I'm the fence rider here, guys.
The courage to come forward after a lifetime as a male and a certain kind of a male, versus did she deserve this award? Listen, awards, what are award ceremonies except an opportunity to catch some eyes?
Especially the
So, yeah.
I mean, true.
Well done, ABC. They did exactly what their job was, to attract eyes. They did it. That's what award ceremonies are for. But in terms of the science behind gender dysphoria, you're very familiar with that. So
Very familiar.
It's not about the chromosomes within our
both know
nuclei. Yeah, go ahead.
chromosomes don't necessarily mean you're male or female.
Gender.
With gender of course.
Identity. Go ahead. And so,
Especially,
Yeah.
even so, you have a thing like Klinefelter's syndrome. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated on
You guys
genetics.
like to discuss the genetics?
well,
What
no.
are your genetics?
So I'd stay away from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Oh my god. It's like, are we not going to discuss the genetics? What about your genetics? And then, hold on, look, we're going to go back just a little bit, dude. Just look at her. Watch what she does. Just look at her face.
What are your genetics?
Look at that. Oh my god, dude, look at her. Look, oh my god, I love it. She's just like, Dude, she's thinking about it right then and there. Like, seriously, she's just like, do I put him in an ambulance now, or do I do it later? Like, she is so hardcore, just being like, what, like, do I value my career, or do I value my, you know, like, principles and activism on this? Like, I mean, she's really debating it just right there. She, like, just right there. And then Ben Shapiro, that Weasley little rat bag right there, just like, oh yes, what about your genetics there? Huh? Liberal? You are indeed a man there. You know, you're not a woman. What about your genetics? And it's just like, yeah, what about it? So what? I mean, if anything, you know, it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, what about the genetics, Ben? Because guess what? Like, it's not an arbitrary fucking thing, because there are various different elements about one's genetics that, even if you make an exact fucking copy of the same fucking genetics, you know, like with an identical twin, for example, those two individuals are still going to end up having different lives, you know, because of that. You know, because there's not just genetic factors that what make an individual, you know, an individual when they're an adult and growing up. It's also environmental factors when they are growing up. So, like, you can have, like, you know, two identical twins, you know, that essentially have the same fucking genetics, you know, from gene to gene, but place them in totally different environments, and they would have totally different fucking outcomes. You know, place, you know, one identical twin in a upper class rich, you know, environment, and place one in a very impoverished, like borderline homeless or off and on homeless fucking environment. Absolutely fundamentally different outcomes are going to happen, and a whole different human being is going to come from that shit. You know, to the point where they're not going to be identical outside of just their looks, you know, because of the genetics. So it's just like, I mean, genes at the end of the day don't really, you know, they play a role, but they don't have the end-all be-all factor about what makes an individual an individual. And sometimes, you know, like, the genetic makeup might be a little different to the point where, yeah, you might have a biological, like, XY chromosomes or XX chromosomes, but other factors of your genes and in your, in your genetics might lead to, developmentally, because of some aspects of those genetics, you know, to have, you know, one element of your, body and your body, you know, develop to be, you know, contradictory to what your biological sex is. Had a great Uncle Jim who I believe couldn't help wanting to be a woman, so he dressed up in women's clothes in private. Probably because, you know, he was more likely a she, you know, probably someone who was trans. I mean, if anything.
Back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
Oh, well, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion there. And it's just like, yeah, Ben, it is when someone's being a weasel that has nothing to add but fucking antagonistic bigotry shit like you, Ben. It is, actually. Dude, I love this clip just because of that alone. Just right there, just like, you better knock that out or you'll go home in an ambulance. Like, man, why couldn't you? Ma'am, you know, why couldn't you just be slain queen? So 11 meals my grand uncle was, yeah, well, you know. So, like, hopefully, you know, he had, you know, good, well, he or she, I don't know, you know, how his life was, obviously, but, you know, it's just, you know, like, if, you know, just based on, you know, at least, you know, like, that little bit of context, it's probably just a likelihood, but either way, you know, hopefully he had, you know, a good life, you know, and shit, you know, with his upbringing and, you know, living and stuff, you know, because, you know, those things are obviously important to how one ends up being, you know, when it comes to being an individual, especially when dealing with, like, these type of issues, like, you know, whether it's, you know, just your own identity and shit. Tell you what, Benny boy, she'll stop what you do. She'll stop when you stop aside in your fucking gibberish, being a straight jacket wearing audience to attack people like her. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I'd be curious to what she has to say, you know, to fucking, you know, people like Matt Walsh.
Yeah. But wait, to be fair, you're actually being rude.
It's like, to be fair, you are being rude, and, you know, like, you know, come on, to be fair, bro, to be fair.
Rude to say that someone who's biologically a male is a male. Someone who's biologically male is a male.
But Mr. Shapiro, you knew very well that saying that to Zoe.
Snaps his neck, Mortal Kombat style, dude. I would love it. Oh my lord. I love it. I'm just glad people realize they're getting this Jenner's piece of shit because it's between her ears, not because it's between her legs. Yeah. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner is not exactly very smart and kind of a weirdo when it comes to her ideas and, you know, in her politics. That has nothing to do with her being trans, though. She could be trans day and night, and I literally couldn't give a fuck. Let's see what else. Any other... who goes home in the ambulance, though? Well, not Zoe. That's for sure. Buckle up, buckaroos! Bucket up, buckaroos. Oh my god. Caitlyn Jenner as Trump / Mr. Garrison's vice president. Oh my lord. Granada! Whoa, Jesus, what just fucking, what? Whoa. God, Reddit. POV, Ukrainian soldiers clearing Russian dugouts. Russian soldier hit by his own grenade. Huh? Okay, Jesus Christ. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing this, but... It almost sounds Italian. I'm not even going to lie. I mean, honestly, there are volunteer forces. I won't be surprised if maybe there are Italian volunteers with them. Can I fucking help you? Though, I doubt they're probably with those guys specifically. I'm probably being a... just an asshole. Yeah, Zukov, what the hell? Like, do you mind, sir? Oh. You goof. You goof. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to do? What are you doing? Good lord. That's what you get. God, look at you fucking nerve ball. Just a few hours into Elon's Musk's brave new Twitter with freedom of speech and already been limited, ironic. Violated rules Dinesh to accept all right-wing cunts would obviously be against that, with it being your fucking freedom of speech, cash that cunt. Wait, this is what causes you to fucking, like, you have to delete this tweet because violate the policies. Yep. Wow, of course, it's already happened. It's like, oh, you can't be a proper leftist the rest, you know. You can't do any of that stuff or else, you know, we're gonna censor you. You have to delete these tweets because they're offensive and mean. Calling people, like, right-wing fascists like Dinesh D'Souza cunts is, like, unironically hate speech, It's like, come on, guys. Is undergoing brain surgery after attack of hammer at his home. Oh, too bad, so sad. Too bad, so sad. It's like, oh no. I mean, his brain has already been rotten out by fucking all the alcoholism that, he's probably been induced with anyway, so... I mean, it's like, how much true damage was done there? It's like, that piece of shit, worthless little sack of fuck is glad, better be glad that he hasn't killed anybody. And even then, I mean, he'd be able to get away with it because he's a rich elite bastard. It's why I don't have, like, moral collection, like, oh, I feel bad for him and stuff, because, like, I mean, this rat fuck, would be able to get away with, like, all the crimes and shit, including, DUIs, or if he accidentally killed somebody, drunk driving and shit, because he wouldn't be the first politician to do that. There's, actually, I think, someone who was, at least a former like state congressman or state senator or some shit that literally killed somebody in a drunk driving accident and literally brushed it under the rug and hit it with the fucking local sheriff department. And I think the only reason why he actually got charged, if anything, was just because, well, he's a local boy, you know, not exactly a national figure. And also, you know, it was caught, you know, trying to hide it instead of just being honest about it, because he probably would have gotten away with it with barely any problems at all if he was, you know, a little more front with it. But if, you know, Paul Pelosi were to accidentally kill someone in a drunk driving accident, you bet your ass that shit would be brushed under the rug and nothing would ever come from it. There wouldn't even be a court trial over it. So it's just like, fuck him. So it's on to again. The View hosts take Ted Cruz to the woodshed. Why is Kyle like... The View didn't do that, Kyle. That was like random people that were like in the audience that were heckling him. Does it even make sense? God damn it, Kyle. Maybe there is like a little element of Kyle maybe going downhill a little. Like Venom was mentioning that I think on stream earlier. I mean, I guess like, I don't know. I think he's just so like, I think there's a part of him that's still kind of like in that early 2000s, like late 90s era and shit, where, you know, he's not as caught up with, like, you know, some of the zeitgeist, I guess, but I don't fucking know. I think, if anything, that's just more or less, you know, causing him to kind of stagnate more so than, you know, like, fall out or anything. Ben Shapiro loses his mind over Ethan Klein. Oh, I know that a little bit, because Ethan Klein was just like, yo, if they start gassing Jews again and shit, then the whole Ben Shapiro's like, that's basically just like what he said. And Ben, you know, basically because he's implying that, like, Ben Shapiro is an enabler of white supremacy and Nazism, and, you know, people that would essentially want to do the Holocaust again. And because of that, you know, instead of basically being the last one in line, he hopes he's rather the first because of, you know, the fucking bigotry and hatred that he spews. Because he's nothing more than a pawn to the white supremacists and Nazis and shit. Which obviously would make more sense than fucking just, like, being an anti-Semitic Nazi, you know, when it comes to Anthony Klein, because he's a Jew himself, because Ben Shapiro's like, oh, you're not a good Jew, you're a bad Jew. Meh. And it's like, no. If anything, that's more of a Nazi talking point than the whole idea that fucking, you know, like, there are, like, it's like the idea of, like, Jews criticizing other, you know, Jews for being, you know, next to Nazis or being in favor of, like, far-right ideas and policies that, you know, are not into the benefit of, you know, Jewish people and shit. Not really too much else on YouTube, you know. Wasn't really much on the ready either. So probably get one more bowl smoked up and then call it good for the rest of the little evening and all that fun shit. Oh. Thank God I didn't drop that. Well, I guess it did, but it didn't drop, like, on the ground. And I didn't lose any weed in there. Because honestly, that's because I have this fucker so packed. There we go. Anyway, I'll call it good for the last little bit here, so peace out. And of course,